Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi. Hi. Let me like quiet everything. Quiet everything. Hi. Hi. Hello. Come on in. Good to see everyone. All right. All right. Come on in. Come on. It's Friday. Thank you, Jesus. If you've got big plans for the weekend, let us know. What's going on? Let me know. Yeah, what's the what's the name of the the woman queen? I want to see that. The woman king. Oh, what happened there? I want to see that. Is that in movie theaters? Woman king. Yeah, it is. That's what I'm going to see. Let's see what you guys want to see. Yes, and it's great. Jay said it's great. All right, Jay, 2 thumbs up for Woman King. Oh, Bisons are going to be home play. My weekend is able about time with my kids. Yes. Yes, it is, Sarah. Okay, welcome everyone. Oh, we're a little slow today. I guess it's because it's Friday. So maybe more people will hop on as we go. Hi all. On set this morning. Oh, good. Glad. Good to hear that. Great. Okay. All right. I will give it 1 more minute and then I'm going to give you the homework. I'm going to start with the homework for all you guys that are watching the recording. Okay. Okay. So, the homework is, so we're going to start to direct the focus now towards building your pitch, which we're actually going to start that tomorrow. But the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to make a list of 5 directors, 5 producers, 5 writers. Well, in this email, I say 5 directors, producers, writers, or casting directors that will help you to achieve your dream, and post it in the I Love Actors Facebook group. So I want you to think about your customers right now. Because I want you to know who you're going to be pitching after you're done with either this challenge or the game changer. Like, I want you to get into the frame of mind that I'm going to pitch people, right? That's what I'm going to do on a regular basis for things that I want to do that have to do with my dream. So if I was selling funny, and I would probably write down, and I was in LA, I would write down, and even if I wasn't in LA, but I would write down Chuck Lorre, Jimmy Burrows, Alyssa Weisberg, Doreen Frankel, and I don't know, Ted Wass. He's a famous sitcom director. All right. So those are just example of 5 people that are involved in sitcoms. So Chuck Lorre is a producer of sitcoms. Ted Wass and Jimmy Burrows are directors of sitcoms, right? Alyssa Weisberg, Doreen Frankel are casting directors of sitcoms, right? So I would write those people down. And if you already have a list that you already have, and let's just talk a little bit about lists. Lists are very important, you guys. And in the 5-step system that we use as our point, like what we go through with our clients. The second thing is customers, because we have to identify who our customers are and who we should be selling to. And so, and then all to do with that, like, how do I organize that list? How do I keep track of that list? Because any marketing book will tell you that you need to put your product, in front of your customer at least 15 times before they're probably going to buy it. Right. So you have to think about like keeping track of the times that you reach out to that person. And we'll definitely be talking about that at the Game Changer. But I just want you, if you have never had a list, I want you to start it today. If you already have a list, add 5 new names to it, right? Add 5 new names to it. If you already have a super extensive list like Violetta does, for instance, then you might want to go in and organize it more, or maybe even think eventually about getting a CRM. A lot of my clients use, Excel spreadsheets or even notebooks, but at some point, a CRM, which is a customer relation management software, all you have to do is Google CRM and like 5,000 of them are going to come up. The one that I think works really well for actors, now the CRM that Actors Fast Track has, that we keep all the data of different people like directors, producers, writers, and casting directors that we've gotten over the years, and we share that with our clients, that we use HubSpot. And a lot of the clients use HubSpot for themselves, right? And you can email from a lot of, because maybe you've heard me talk in the last few days about email trackers and things like that. And so like a CRM comes usually with a built-in email tracker. So you can see like who of your customers are opening their emails and even watching your videos, which can be very helpful because we're in business. So in business, as actors, we always need to know our numbers. And what do I mean by that? Well, how much money did you make this year acting, right? What did you spend on your acting business? What is your open rate for emails? What is your conversion rate for auditions? Like how many auditions, so what you do is like, you count up all your auditions and then for the year, or for 6 months, and then you see how many times you got called back and how many times you got cast. Here's the important thing. If you have been called in 100 times and you haven't been called back once and you haven't been cast once, do not freak out. There are stuff that we could probably help you fix. But the thing that actors do a lot is they throw out the baby with the bathwater. So they throw everything out and they start over. You don't want to do that. You just want to fix some shit, right? And it might be as simple as your makeup on camera or crossing camera, your eye line. It could be your backdrop. It could be your lighting. Like there's a lot of things. It also could be like really going that extra step and really becoming the person, like everything physically, even though we're only seeing here up, right? So there's a lot of stuff that you can do to improve your numbers, right? So those are things that like, if you're already got an extensive list and all of that, and if you don't, and you don't need any of that, then don't worry about your list. I'm just giving you some alternate. Just like when we go to the gym and we work out with a trainer, maybe in a group, they give us alternate exercises. If we have bad wrists or bad knees or whatever, it's the same thing. I'm giving you whatever you need for wherever you are right now. The assignment is to write down 5 names of customers. Agents aren't customers. Just want to be really clear about that. Okay. Your customers are people that are going to hire you to act. Casting directors, producers, and writers, right? Get those names down. Okay. Tomorrow we're meeting at 1 and we're going to talk about the week and yeah. So a few people, Debbie, are you here? Yes.
Yes, I am.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, where do you live?
London.
You do? Because you have a very standard, are you from America? Or did you just
No,
study?
so I took some, I studied in America for a bit.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah,
That's
and yeah, I've kind of been around, so I have like, I don't really have a standard accent. Like even when I speak to people from London, they can tell like I'm not from here, even though I've lived here for 8 years.
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let me ask you something. Do you have representation?
No.
Okay. Um, yeah. And so how long have you been out of, and you went to acting school, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. You should be working. I'm just gonna say
Yeah,
that.
I've done a short film, and I featured in one feature film with Daniel Kaluuya.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that's like,
Do you know our client Zai? Do you know who Zai is?
No.
Okay, she's on link and she's on TikTok, Zai_rambles. She does like mostly black books and stuff, she's an activist. And she's been a client of mine for a couple of years, and she built her TikTok following, and now she's just got signed by Identity, the big Identity, not like the little one, but the big one. She just got signed by Identity, and and the way she did that was just by showing up to her content on TikTok. And then she got invited to the Bridgerton premiere and all these things. And that's how she met this agent from Identity who ended up signing her. So now like everything's different for her now. But like, she's a good person for you to know. She's really connected. She knows Daniel. She got to go on set with him of the thing that he's shooting and stuff like that. Like, she's a really good person for you to know in London, because I think it's like really important for all of us to have. That's one thing that's really important to me, is community, and having positive, supportive community. Because, you guys, I'm just going to be like straight out. And I don't usually I don't usually talk about other businesses, but like, I mean, some of you might know that I got stitched a couple of times by this chick, and I want to talk about her first, because the thing is, like, she said that that there's a system and we actors have to follow that system. But the problem with that, almost everyone that says they do what I do, is that I know there's a system. Like, I don't want you to think that I don't know there's a system. The issue is that the way that everyone else teaches you how to deal with that system is to wait in line until you get an agent, right? And not build your empire first and then get the agent. I mean, like, literally, Zai already had a bunch of followers, right? And on TikTok and a platform, and was meeting people. And then she signed with a big agency. So she doesn't even have to do with those little crappy agencies in London, New York, LA, wherever you are, there's little crappy agencies. And let me just say something else about little crappy agencies. They've gotten to be more of them, because most companies, a huge amount of companies, did not pivot during COVID, because everything in our business changed, right? So what's ironic about the woman that stitched me is she used to be a casting director, but she's not anymore. And I will tell you why, because the system is breaking down and it's not working for her. So the very system that she's telling you, you must follow this way, is the system that's breaking down for her. The other thing that we see a lot of is people like Audrey Helps Actors. She's lovely. It's a lovely podcast. Again, she has a singular view of this is the way you work the system. And every guest of her, she would never have me on her show, but here's the thing I want you to see. I want you to be really fucking clear about. Both the woman I'm talking about on TikTok and Audrey Helps Actors both come from it like, you are dumb. Right? So Audrey's an actress, And the very way that her podcast opens is with this cartoon that says actors are dumb, right? So when you're joining a group or following someone, and it's a human condition, we're not talking about just actors. Hello, right? There were Jews that sold out Jews during the Holocaust. There were Black people that sold out fellow Black people during slavery in this country, right? Like we see ourselves turn against ourselves, right? In America, the poorest states vote for the people that don't give a fucking shit about them, right? We see that happen over and over again. But what I want for you is to love yourself and to respect yourself and to have other actors around you that think the same way, because everyone is determined to pull you down and tell you, listen, you stupid actor, stay over there in the corner till I tell you to jump. And we can't function that way, because we will be, they already don't want to pay us and don't want to treat us well. Right. And we have a union, but the union is a great thing. Like unions are good things, right? But like, here's the thing. They thought small because they wouldn't let everyone in, right? And so you guys have to think like, in a positive way. And I know that that's hard sometimes in this day and age to think that way. We have a lot of negativity coming at us, but it's really important for you to surround yourself with positive people. Okay, back to you, Debbie. So your brand, you're really on point for your brand. There's the quiet girl that has something, that has something to say and only says it when it's really important.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something.
Like she kind of stays back to kind of gauge her competition in a way, not competition, but like just gauge her environment and see how she can play the game.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So introspective is a good word for you. Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of like from another world there, something there, like it's kind of like you could play royalty, I think. You could play royalty. So there's something about a woman of a few words that I think is an interesting brand. So there's something there. But I did want to tell you that you should be working all the time. You're beautiful. You sent me that video. I was like, who is this girl? So, and I love your accent. So
thank you.
Let's do this. All right. Charnay, is that correct? Is Charnay here? Nope. Okay. Claudia, are you here? No one's here. Okay, great. All right, raise your hands if you would like to talk about your brand or anything you've done this week. We got about Jenna, come on down.
That was quick. I wasn't expecting that. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So I've just crammed everything in just now, so you wouldn't have had a chance to look at anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just been a mistake. So yeah, so basically my dream is still not as pinpointy as I want it to be, but I ended up going with Secret Agent, MI6, like a female James Bond action thriller or crime drama. But I had other ones as well, and I just picked that out of the list of the dreams that I want to go for.
Okay.
And I don't, yeah, because I know you said comedy to me last time, and I'm all up for the comedy. You were talking about that's where the money is. But
yeah, if you can do comedy and that's where it is. I mean, I do see the very direct thing.
Yeah, so authoritarian roles are like a given for me. I can do those like quite easily.
Yeah.
But Yeah, so because I wanted to do period drama, I wanted to do like Bridgerton, Three Musketeers, and stuff like that. But then Scott was saying about being a boss bitch, and then there was the whole crime drama detective, and then we went for secret agent, like with action. So yeah, it's not, they're all within the same thing, but it's like honing it in now.
Yeah. So yes. So what is going to help you a little bit, Janet, is that you want to, all of this information you've gotten is great, and you throw it in your, and then you go, you know, mull it around for a lot and see what words arise from that. Like, I feel like direct, or there's something around direct, what do you call it?
Assertive.
Yeah, assertive, but like, it's a line drive, you know, like line drive down the middle. In baseball, they talk about this. Like, I feel like it's like, yeah. So I would take some of that word. That's one of your words. There's something about that
I got defensive. I got defensive and impatient as well.
Yeah, so let's find the other part of it, either in the benefit, like, you know, Jenna is a straight shooting gal who will leave you with a chuckle. Like, let's find the
the light
in there somewhere. Sure. Like, so let's write a sentence like that. So adjective, gender, who will do this or who will make you feel that way.
Yeah, I got disarming as well, but that's more me as a person.
That's good. I like that. You know, we'll get Scott up. Scott, like, is a genius brander. And the first day of the Game Changer, we'll get him up on stage when we're doing that and let him at it. Because he's the one that like came up with the girl that we had that was the female Danny DeVito.
Oh, he came up
with that.
He did actually give me one, to be fair.
Oh, he did?
I'll probably butcher it, and it was hilarious, but it said something like, I'm the boss bitch who hates my job, and you too, unless you meet your sales quota, cocksucker, or something like that.
He's so genius at that stuff, because, like, you know, like what happened with the girl that had, she was the female Danny DeVito, and you guys, if you met her, you'd be like, oh my God. But like, he gave her that, and then she booked something on Hulu and she booked something on Netflix, but she was still leading with that I'm the female Danny DeVito, because it would get him every time, and they would laugh, and then they would, you know, keep going.
It's good. Yeah, no, it's definitely good.
Okay.
I've got three actors that came up were a mixed race Zeta Jones, or a British Tatiana Maslany, is it? And a dash of Audrey Plaza, but I don't know whether that's too much.
It is, but put it in your bucket.
Okay.
And you guys, like, with all of this brand stuff, here's what I want you to be really clear about. A lot of times you just getting clear is all I need. Because once you get clear about who you are and what you're selling, it's like magic. All of a sudden, everyone that's contacting you is clear. If you're getting confusing casting, it's because you're confused.
Yeah.
Right? So it might not even be, it might be about you throwing around a couple of adjectives and that's it. Right? For the purpose of what we're doing next Sunday. If you're joining us to pitch, this is a general pitch with people like casting directors, producers, and writers. And some of them might not be anything in your wheelhouse. So don't worry about that.
I'm not nice enough for Hallmark, I don't think. But
yeah.
But also,
I do Hallmark, unbelievable. Okay, let me go on.
Yeah, you're cute.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Joy, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, so I might be overthinking this whole process. Please forgive me if that's so.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of putting together, so I think through this week, I kind of went, okay, the role I need to try to be getting is the computer nerd at the cop's office. Sort of
Why do you say that?
Because I feel like that is end of where I've been cast before and kind of where I want to go.
Okay, so let's talk about who she is. Let's not talk about what she is on the outside.
Okay. Okay. I'm kind of basing that off of, I can't remember her name. She was on NCIS, blonde with flowers.
Yeah, I know, Kristen.
Yes.
That's her real name. So, she's my friend on Facebook. And she has LA Iworks glasses too, which I love. I think that, you know, you're always, I think there's something about being the smartest person in the room, probably, and you wish you were in a better room. Or you're undervalued, because like a smart computer person at a cop in a police station feels like they'd be undervalued. Like they're going like, there's no one to talk to.
Kind of, and that's kind of what I like about her. I think where I was leaning more was somebody who's highly intelligent, but and not necessarily naive, but in the process of becoming worldly. Kind of a hothouse flower before then.
Okay.
And that seems to
but
be
also I think like okay, I like that. But I think there's also something there about undervalued, underappreciated. Do you agree?
Yeah. I do like that.
That's your other side. So here's the other thing. Like I said to someone yesterday, remember, like if you're really funny on one side, generally you have something really super sad or something really super scary or something really super evil out on this end that you can do. Generally, that's the thing. Like if people are really, really funny, they also have that thing that they're able to tap into.
Okay.
But what we're looking for here ultimately with all of you is to name the restaurant, right? And then you can have descriptors to back it up. So, hey, my restaurant's name is An Adorable Bully. Okay, so roles that I tend to play are the woman that lives across the street from you. When you see me coming, you turn off your lights and pretend like you're not home because she's an adorable bully. Like, what's going on here? You have company, you know, she's that, right? But then I also have the white trash woman that is racist as fuck and they'll kill you rather than talk to you. That kind of, I play her evil mean.
So it is okay
Right?
to have
Adorable bully, right? So those two names together really impactfully describe everything I've done in 50 years of being an actor.
Okay. I guess I think my big struggle is boiling it down to one phrase I can use everywhere, because at this point, like coming in today, I had two who phrases.
Okay, so let's not think about using it everywhere.
Okay.
Let's not think about that at all. We're just naming your restaurant. No one's gonna see it at this point, or like, look, what we're doing is we're naming it. Stop worrying about, oh, I have to go over here and do that. And I'm going to know this is the issue, Joy, with all of you, everyone. And when I'm talking to all of you. What the tendency is for actors to do is like, oh, I'll go over here and do a little bit of this and get this person's attention. Then I'll go over and they'll do this and that. No, you have a business. Right now, you need to define that business, right? So when you're, right, like when you're standing in, instead of outside your business, worried about when you're standing in here, then you begin to define yourself, get really clear. And then when you reach out, you're reaching out as that brand. Because the more clear you are here, right now you're confused. And so that's why they're confused, right? You've got to like get really clear about who you be as an actor. You know, can you change your brand later? Yeah, but I just told you that I've been an adorable bully for 50 years.
Right.
And I've worked and made money as an actor every fucking year. Every year. Right? So and so what actors are so outside their business, like, oh, I'm waiting for a sign that I can start my business. And the sign is going to be an agent, right? That's how, then I can start my business. No, you start your business right now, right? Start your business, right? Oh, okay, I've got a business, right? What's the number one and most important thing for any business? What is it, Joy?
Signage,
What? Anyone?
signage.
No. What's
Make
the most
money.
important thing for any
Make
business?
money.
Make money.
Sales.
Thank you, Jay Samuels. To make money. The most
Yep,
important thing for
sales.
any business is to make money. Okay, so my business is Valerie Hubbard is an actress. Okay, now I have to go, okay, well, how am I gonna make money? Well, I'm gonna book commercials, television. Oh, I'm gonna become an influencer on TikTok. I can make money that way. I can do voiceovers. I can do animation. I can do, like, there's a million ways to make money, right? Pick a few. What I would probably decide before I picked where I'm going to make money is I'm going to think about, well, what do I have that is most valuable about me as an actor? Like, and the way you figure that out is, what parts have you been cast as? What parts do you see and think, I could have done that? What parts that you played, even if it was in scene study in high school or whatever, that you were like, I killed that part. And then I don't want you to tell me what the part is. Like, it was Lobby Hero and I played a cop, a young rookie cop. Okay, great. I know the role. Tell me about who that person is and what you did that you felt like that was your role. Well, I feel like I was a woman that always backed down to men. Good. Keep going. What? Tell me what else about the role. So then you go, oh, I play that girl that's in that always loses to men. Okay, this is good. What does that feel like? Oh, it feels like I always play the sucker girl, right? And then you just start to go down the path and you get these adjectives. Then you take them to the thesaurus and you're like, yeah, the misrepresented girl that wishes she had power. Oh, I see that girl, or whatever it is, like you come up with. And then you go, well, what's true about that? Misunderstood. That's the name of my restaurant. Misunderstood, right? That's a great word that you maybe even would want to attach, because that makes people think, why is she misunderstood? Right? Like, I like that. But then, and when you guys meet Kurt Boville, go look him up, because he will be there on the panel on Saturday night. Kirk, K-I-R-K, Boville, B-O-V-I-L-L. He's going to tell you this. He's going to say, stand in line and stay in line, right? Know what you sell and go stand in that line, right? If you sell horror or if you sell comedy, right, then you can stand in, but stand in the fucking line and stop getting out of it, because actors do this all the time. They start their business, they close their business. They start their business, they close their business, right? And they don't have any consistency. And all it is consistency. All anything is consistency. Because most of us start like a diet, and then and then it's our birthday and we eat chocolate cake, and then it's 6 months later and we're still eating chocolate cake. Anyone been there? Right? Or we start our acting career, or we start our big thing, or whatever it is. We all do that. I do it all the time. I just did it with food this year. My 60th birthday was March 25th. I'm still fucking eating like I turned 60 yesterday. And then I went to France. So forget it. It was all over. All right. Right. Joy, you're awesome, by the way. I love you. And thank you for your participation in the thing. Don't worry. Keep working on defining who you are. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Obina.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, I hope everyone that's got their hand up, because I'm probably not going to get to all of you, but if some of you can come tomorrow, that would be great. I will stay a little longer and then come tomorrow, and I will take a fucking picture of whose hands are up. And then I will start with you guys if you're there tomorrow. Okay. I'm also going to send this to Sarah so she knows to call on you guys if you're at the Game Changer as well. By the way, just so you know, I have 2 giant TVs here, and during the Game Changer, I have 4 computers and they're running these TVs, so I can see everyone and it can toggle. So I see everyone. So it's a lot easier than here. I'm just on my one computer. And so I see, but like we're going to have probably close to 200 actors. So, and, really try to, as much as possible during the event, to keep your camera on. Okay, Abena, what's up?
Hello, Valerie. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your the game changer and the fast track. It's very insightful and helping me a lot to make the changes that I need.
Good.
I've come from a background as a model, not speaking much, really. So I have 24 questions for you.
Oh no, we can't get through all this.
But I can only ask you one.
Okay.
Just please, if you could pick a number between 1 and 24, please.
6.
Okay. 6 is faith. What do you believe in? What makes you do what you do? What drives you on a daily basis?
Well, I've always been a rule breaker. It's in my personality to figure shit out. I like that. Like that's important to me. And I think I've always been for the underdog, always, my whole life. And when I look back, like on actors, it's like we're so gaslit. Like we are the most gaslit profession in the world. And people talk terrible to us. I mean, they have my whole life. With that being said, I've also had amazing experiences. It's been the best life ever. I love actors. But it's really important to me that actors, this is our time, you guys. The current systems that are in place have been there for over 50 years. And they've always been against us. Like I spent my whole life figuring out how to get around, like roadblock, right? And I taught other actors how to do that in a million different ways. And because we're sold a bill of goods, and I'm brave enough to stand up because really I'm 60 and I've already had a really good acting career and I've had a blast and I know a lot of amazing people. But so for me, it's like, I don't have anything to lose to get up here and speak against the establishment of what is offered to us as actors. I don't have anything to lose. What are they going to do to me? I mean, I have a ton of movie star friends and they've already shown that they've stuck up for me in many different ways. And I have friends that are movie stars and activists on top of that. So I'm fine. I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about you, and I want to make sure that you understand that this is a business. And right now, you guys, what did people do during COVID? They watched us 24/7, right? They soaked up content. Now they soak it up so much, and there's so many opportunities. And if you're not working, it's your fault. And I love you guys. Like, you're not dumb. You're not like Audrey says, you're not dumb. You are just gaslit. And if I can help you, I can be a part of the new system that favors actors. I'm all for it. Like, how big can we go? When I started this, it was just to make a little extra money on the side, not that big of a deal, right? Acting was my focus. It always had been my focus. And then I saw this bigger picture. And it's important to never stop expanding as a human. So this is my current thing. And that was a very long answer, but that's a great question.
Well, thank you so much. That I do appreciate that. I know I will catch up with you sometime for the rest of the questions. Sometime. So
Why don't you hire me and we'll work together and you can ask me all those questions.
Well, we'll see about that.
Okay, all right. Look, hey, I'm, like, I do this for money. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, I'm not gonna, this is how I make money. But I want you to know that when that girl stitched me, she also affected 11 actors that work for me that have families that put food on the table because I pay them. Right? So she calls herself a woman in America right now, and she has the audacity to insult another woman business owner who's been in business for 11 years and 10 years and pays actors to work for me, right? And I want you all to get paid, right? So money flows to make money. And I'm really comfortable talking about money. This is something else, you guys. We do talk about money at Actors Fast Track. It's important because you guys run from it. Oh, I'm an artist. I can't think about that. Yeah, you got to think about that. So don't forget, everyone, get this book. You are a badass at making money. Get this book by Jen Sincero. Fucking read it, download it on Audible. Read it 100 times. I've actually literally listened to this book all the way through 5 times. It will really help you because a lot of us have really intense money stories. Who has an intense money story? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Right, we need to get through that. You guys, we can get through that. I promise you. Thank you. Okay, one more. Violet, come on down.
All right, Valerie, I just want to say thank you so much, for sticking your neck out because you are creating such fantastic ripples in this industry. And I absolutely love, you're just contagious. Your energy is contagious. So thank you for that. So just a quick question. When it comes to pitching to writers, is it too bold to ask them, what am I pitching them on? But is it just my general pitch or am I asking them?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. If you know a writer, okay, so here's my experiences with writers. They've been good, actually. I wrote, what's his face, Nicholas, the author of Cider's House Rules. I wrote him a letter when they were making it into a movie. I had auditioned for the play and I wrote him a letter. He wrote me back.
Mhm.
Right. And so that was like, hey, I really feel like this is a good movie for me. If you have any in with the casting director can put me in. And he wrote me back and he's like, yeah, I passed your picture on to them. This is who's casting it. I don't really have any say, but thank you for the lovely letter. I really appreciate it. That was kind of like the gist of what he wrote me. So that has worked for me. I also have a very good relationship with some Pulitzer Prize winning, Obie, Tony Award winning playwrights. John Guare is a friend of mine. And I knew Sam Shepard. And so and Joe Shakin was Sam Shepard's godfather. He was his everything. And Joe Shakin was a very important director. And he was a friend of mine. So I've known a lot of really big writers. And writers have done a lot for me. My best friend is married to a Hollywood writer. And so I've always been around writers. And so I think writers are really great, amazing people, number one. We have a lot of clients that are major writers and making major money and inroads with their career in that direction. So I think if I'm pitching to a writer, I might talk about what I like about their writing. If I was pitching to Sam Shepard, who's dead, but if I would say, Sam, when I worked on Haas, I worked on the female version of Haas in Tooth of Crime. I played her like Janis Joplin. And Haas has that limp. And I figured out that you wrote the limp, I think, if I should be so bold to say, based on Cream. I'm so glad. I'm glad. I could make a connection as an actor, because here's the thing, you guys, don't forget your art. Your art is the most important thing. and so when you're talking to a writer, you have to talk about art, right? You have to come from an artistic point of view. I again had this conversation with a client yesterday about really being in touch with the actress inside of her in the moment of like when you're pitching. And so you got to talk about their art. You got to, you know how so many writers write in with such, precise punctuation and in a melody that's in their head. And it's your job to figure out the melody as an actor. And you do that through punctuation. P.S. If you didn't know that. You do that through punctuation, right? Like, or, like iambic pentameter or any rhyming couplets or whatever it is. But you do that, and that's how you figure out what story they wanted you to say. Yeah, so.
No, that's excellent.
Yeah. So anyway.
No, that was so, it clarified so much for me. So,
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, good.
so much.
I could talk about acting all day long. I mean, I love acting. I worked in Poland during communism, with Grotowski and the International Theater. I was the last of the International Theater in Poland. I was there when Zbyszek
Wow.
Sienkiewicz killed himself. And I did this crazy shit. Like if you've ever seen the movie My Dinner with Andre, it's one of the first like big independent films that everyone went and saw. And it's just these two guys and they're having a conversation. It's Wallace Shawn and Andre Gregory. And Andre Gregory is telling Wallace Shawn the actor from Princess Bride and things like that. She's telling him about this trip that he took to Poland, and he lived on this farm and he was with Peter Brook, and all the actors buried each other alive. Like they would go through these like emotional, like turmoil, like crazy shit, like orgy kind of like insanity, go to the next level as an actor kind of experience.
Wow.
Right? That's where I lived.
Wow.
With 14 actors from all over the world. We didn't have any running water or anything like that. We would hitchhike into town, and it was communism, so we had ration cards. And they sent me last because I didn't speak hardly any Polish, and I came back with the biggest piece of kielbasi. And the guys were like, "How'd you get the kielbasi?" And I was like, "Flirting is international." I was 22, and I was like, "Kielbasi," and he was like, "Oh yeah," and it's the no English, all Polish. So yeah, I did that. I worked with Roy Hart out of Paris, who believed that if you could find the guttural sound that you make when you die, it's called the death rattle. If you could find that in life, that you could unleash like whatever as an actor. That was a theater company in Paris. I did a workshop with them in the 80s in New York for 2 days in this old like giant loft with a piano, and that was it. Oh my God. That was insane. And I worked with like some really, really great directors, and I love doing mocap. It's like this, I love that so much. And I worked with every medium. So as an actor, like I can talk to you about acting a lot. I've done a lot of Shakespeare. I've done Moliere. I've done a ton of Tennessee Williams, Arthur Miller. I worked with Arthur Miller on The Crucible.
Wow.
And Justine Bateman was Abigail, and I was Mercy Lewis. So I've done a lot of like big plays and stuff. And so I love acting, and I can talk about acting all day, right? So I don't want you guys like as a whole, like I don't want you to forget that. Like love the thing that you're in, because it is a religion. This is a religion. Like this is why I'm only right for some actors. Like I'm not right for those people that like lately Sarah's been getting calls from people that are thinking about being actors. That's like not right for me. Like you have to know this is what you want, you must do. And then I can teach you how to make money. Because that's what no one is teaching you. No one. So this is what we have to learn. And we have to remember this. Everyone go out and make a sign for yourself this week. This is mine. You can make one that says boss bitch or boss daddy. I'm daddy, boss daddy. Go get one for yourself. And literally every day when you decide to open your acting business, which you should do Monday through Friday, at least an hour, put this in the window. I'm open for business, right? like make it official. Okay, you guys? All right, I got to go. I took a picture of who had their hands up. If come tomorrow at 1 p.m. and we'll hang out a while and talk and yeah, that's it. Okay. All right. Thanks everyone.
Love you, Valerie.
Love you too. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.